Hello peeps, it's the Hillbilly Halfwit. How are you today? Can't get my microphone to work and to connect to my camera today for some bizarre reason. What's the world coming to, eh? Anyway, very misty day today, look. But funny enough, on the camera, it comes through better. Very misty, I can't hardly see it, but on the camera it can come through better. Anyway, what we're going to talk about today is just various things I've seen on the media and Facebook yesterday. It's the most bizarre stuff ever. So the last few days we've been talking about Ukraine and things like that, and how lots of us feel the war needs to stop because too many people are dying, really. That's it, simple as that. There's nothing else. Too many people are dying because of people are too stubborn to come to peace talks. Anyway, so I saw on Facebook earlier somebody I know calling anybody who's anti-war is right-wing. I've never heard anything like it. I have never heard anything like it. It's the most bizarre thing ever. So I switched on Jeremy Vile before, because I always switch it on to see what's going on in the mad world. And all these left-wing people are absolutely fanatical for war. I have never ever seen anything like it. They are not left-wing, that's why. They are not left-wing. It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen. I actually saw a dance instructor on there before. One of them people that were on Strictly Come Dancing, one of the judges. Absolutely rabid warmongering like you've never seen before. I just don't get it. So she's going then, we should pay for all this money with the money we had off the Russian oligarchs, as if it's multi-billion. She's talking about she's talking about millions, not the billions and billions they're talking about. Was it 350 billion, I think America's given to Ukraine. UK has given 12 or 13 billion. And they, what you call this, running around saying they're going to protect the borders in Ukraine. They can't even protect our own borders. Why? They can run off and they can do something with a war, but they can't protect our own borders because it's against French law, eh? How'd you get that into your head? Can somebody explain that? We can send 20,000 missiles to Ukraine, and it's good for the country and good for workers' jobs in Scotland. We can send them to Ukraine to kill thousands of people, but we can't stop a few boats. This is the type of lunatics we got in charge. This is the type of lunatics we got in charge. And all these celebrities are too fucking dumb to see it. Or, as I think, they're being paid to say what they think. The more I look at it now, that's what I think. They're being paid to say what they've been told to say. And, well, it's maddening, isn't it? Now, regarding this thing with Zelensky's not wearing a suit. Now, this is something lots of soldiers, and I suppose lots of people on here will realise. If you're not a soldier, you don't realise it. I think they call them Uncle Toms. Now, if you go to lots of these military things on the commemorations of the D-Days and things like that, there's lots of people walking around who are called Uncle Toms. They're just pretending to be soldiers, wearing uniforms and medals and things. Now, I think that's what got Vance in a mood the other day. That guy pretending to be a soldier when he isn't. And when you're a soldier, there's nothing more offending. There's nothing more offending towards you than somebody pretending to be something that you've been, and especially when you know how hard it is. Now, I think that's all what happened. That's why it got Vance in a mood the other day, myself. him walking around pretending to be something he isn't. That's what I think it was myself. But anyway, since it's been a good few days now, we've heard lots of things about this, and apparently it seems like that video I put up yesterday, the UK and Ukraine had made a deal before Trump had come into power, allegedly. You can have a look at that on my other vid, because I won't say too much about that on here in case I get what's it called for that. It's got to be quite careful. But that's the last vid I did. But also that they were dealing with the senators and Lindsey Graham before they went into the White House. They had, even in the back of the White House, Trump and Vance and what's his name, Zelensky, they were all ready to do this deal, just to have a ceasefire and stop the war, stop people getting killed. It's a good thing. And then he obviously started to change his tune, from what I understand then, and you know why, because of what I said in the last video. So there's more come into this again. Apparently Vance and lots of these diplomats have been going to see Zelensky and his team in various countries for the last 2 or 3 months, and he's been really awkward with them, and that goes back to that video I said yesterday. It seems like he'd already signed a deal with the UK. Now you can either think if that's good or bad, I don't know. It's up to everybody that watches here. I'm just telling you what I know. So the deal they signed is for the mineral rights, allegedly, and the oil rights, and the rights to use the ports in Donbass. Now that was signed in late January, and since then the ports have been taken by Russia and those areas. So allegedly they want to carry the war on until they take them back, so they can use the deal money. That's what it alleged. So that's why they'll be asking for people to be called up. Like I said, I'm not against war at all in the right situations, but this is just ridiculous. It's just for money at the end of the day. So as usual, I'll be called a right winger for not wanting to have any more people killed, which I don't think is being right wing at all. That's just being sensible. And we have brainwashed lunatics running around pretending to be nice people, absolutely gagging for war. I just can't get over it. You know, it is the crazy situation we're in. Now, I said this yesterday, maybe the people who are going to get called up, they should be all the celebrities' children first, and the politicians' children first. I think it was from, if you get called up, is it? They did say this morning, if I can remember correctly, some 35, is it the top line? Was it 25 to 35 or something like that? I can't quite remember. And then they dropped the age limit then. But you know, some of these politicians, they get their family first. Lots of these people in university who are commies get their family in there first. But before all them, let's get these boat people in there first, eh? Because they're last in, first out. That's what I would say. So before you do any of that, get some of these million boat people, because they've been invading us. Let's get them over there, stick a rifle in their hand, and let rip if they want to let rip. Surely they want to do that if they come into our country. But, as usual, like in the Senedd in Wales, these lily-livered, pasty-faced lefties We'll leave everybody else do the hard work. And then all these soldiers they want to send around, they'll be calling right wing when they retire. They'll be calling them all right wing lunatics when they retire, even though they're happy to send them somewhere to get slaughtered for no reason. So there we are. So apparently, like I say again, if you're a person who's noticed that this war has gone on for too long, too many people getting killed, 2,000 a week, I don't know the exact amounts, but 1 million each side, 700,000 to 1 million each side dead. And Ukraine are losing ground now from what I hear in the comments here. They're fucking idiots not to have a ceasefire and realise that their country is flattened and it's time to rebuild it again. Now, BlackRock and all them lot are in there. I don't think they're what's calling this guy is a hero for now, but you wait until it's all bankrupt and all the profits are going to the UK and BlackRock. You know, thinking about it now, just in the top of my head, you remember that meeting that they said was in January, late January, Zelensky? BlackRock were at the number 10, weren't they? They bloody were, I remember that. I remember them going into number 10 having that big meeting. Yes! See, it all makes sense once you start to piece it all together. You don't have to be a conspiracy theorist. Nothing at all. You just have to be a person who's moderately open to everything and got a bit of common sense. You can see it happening. And then you look back, and if you keep up with these things, they'll all spring into your head all the time then. So that's the one for today. I've put one up about the fast track. I just got the fast track going yesterday, thank God. That was a bit of a hard job, so I know people who watch this don't usually watch them sort of things. So please comment, rate and subscribe. And as somebody always says, look at them chemtrails in the sky. See, I can see this on the camera. I can't see that. I can only see that on the camera, you know, because my eyesight isn't very good. Yeah, there's actually a plane there, look. I can see that plane there, but I can't see these chemtrails much. Only on the camera. So, alleged chemtrails. Because apparently if you say anything about that, you're also a nutter. Even though the pilots have been showing people around how they do it in the planes and showing them everything about it. But what do we know? Ta-da!